Hi there, Jose. Thanks for writing these new essays for your IELTS preparation. Great job. Great job working so hard. I know you're coming to the end of the IELTS essay corrections, but keep at it because feedback at this point is really, really important to help you improve before you actually sit the exam. So great job so far. Let's take a look at what you wrote for us. Okay. Task 1, a relative is arriving for a vacation. He or she will be arriving by plane in the afternoon, but you will only be home at night. Write a letter to your relative. In your letter, explain how to get the keys, give directions, and give suggestions. Okay. Let's see what you did here. Hi, Julian. I am really exciting because I will be hosted you for the next 2 months. Okay, what happened here, What happened here, Jose, is you've got some word forms incorrect. It should be, I'm really excited because I will be hosting. Okay, just if you make those changes, the sentence will be perfect. I promise we will have a lot of fun together. There's no reason for a comma here, so you can leave it out. I'm counting those hours to see you. Unfortunately, I won't be at home till night because I will have a meeting with my manager and I cannot cancel it. I have to assist. Okay, I have to attend, it should probably be. There probably needs to be some sort of a connection here. So I will have a meeting with my manager. I cannot cancel it, so I will have to attend. Something like that, just like a so or an and would really make the difference. It makes it more grammatically correct. But no worries, I will be there by 8:30. Okay, lovely. Okay, here there are some instructions that I would like to give you. To get the key, please look inside the red letter box. You will find it close to the main door on the right hand. Okay. To get home from the airport, you need to take a bus. Once you get out of the airport, ask in the customer center for Sky bus stops. You need to take the bus number 4, and then you need to get out at Croydon Station. Just wait for the last stop. There is a coffee called The Big Boy in front of the station, and my house is next to it on the left. Just in case, here's my address. Okay, in the evening we can go for a walk so you will enjoy this wonderful city. Please call me or text me if you have any problem. There should be an S here. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great fly. The word is actually flight. F-L-I-G-H-T. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow. Now, remember, it's a friendly letter. It's a letter to relative. You really do need a closing, so yours sincerely, best regards, lots of love, something beyond just, I will see you tomorrow. It's important. The examiners really look at this kind of thing. So make sure you put an appropriate closing after this. Have a great flight. That's the first thing that I want to point out. The other thing, you had some nice features here. You covered all the points. I think my only comment really, just to extend it and really to take up your writing a notch or two, is to have more of a connection. In other words, the coherence and cohesion of this letter could be improved just a tiny bit. What do I mean here by that? I mean, okay, in this sentence you say, unfortunately, I won't be at home until night because I will have a meeting with my manager. But no worries, I will be there by 8:30 p.m. So really what you want to tell this relative of yours is that you're not going to pick him up and he's going to need to get into the house himself. So it was just one little sentence, or maybe even just like a couple of little details here that would have made the difference. So unfortunately, I won't be at home until after you arrive, which means I can't pick you up from the airport. However, I have made arrangements for you to enter the home until I get home, something. So you can just see that there are a couple of little things that really take the content. In other words, if you went from A to C to E, what I'm trying to get you to do is to go from A to B to C to D to E. So it's just a couple of little things to really connect things better. It's the only other kind of important thing I would mention, but this is great. Excellent job. You really covered all the points, which is important. So having said all of that, let's go on to your task 2. Local governments are pushing companies to move from larger cities to regional locations. What are the benefits and drawbacks of this? Okay, let's see. Nowadays, local governments are motivating companies to start or move their business to a regional location, not in, rather than large cities. This essay will explain the pros and cons of moving and starting a new business in a regional area. Okay, very nice, perfect, no problems here. I imagine that you probably wrote this on a mobile device because the way it shows up on my computer is with the paragraphing like all kind of crazy. So do make sure that you remember how important paragraphs are in task 2 because they are really important. If your paragraphs are kind of crazy, you do get marked down for that in the coherence and cohesion score. Okay, so like I said, I assume this is just like a mobile device formatting problem, but do keep it in mind. Okay, so on one hand, it should be on the one hand, starting a new business in small cities could be a great deal for companies. I don't know what you mean by great deal. Usually we use this to mean a lot of something. So do you mean it could be a great situation? It could be a great benefit? Because when we see these two words together, we usually think of something else. Okay, especially for those which require huge areas or land to develop their business, each square meter could be 10 times cheaper in regional locations than in big cities. Now, what happened here is I like a lot of the things I see, like huge areas of land, land to develop their business, all of that is lovely. But this right here, starting with especially, is a sentence fragment. So it's not a full sentence on its own. It neither needs to go onto the previous sentence or onto the following sentence, but on its own, it can't just stand there. So you're going to need to correct that. Sorry, cough. In addition, there are benefits for companies as well. For instance, new jobs will be required, and this could have an enormous impact on local economies. Beautiful. It is suggested that local economies and better opportunities in terms of companies' deals are the benefits of starting a new business in the local area. All right, lovely. Great job using the things you learned in the course. On the other hand, the number of people, see how it looks all funny here? Okay. On the other hand, the number of people living in regional locations has been decreasing over the last 5 years. It is seen that companies could face some challenges finding appropriate human resources to hire. Excellent, great, and I like that you used human resources. The vocabulary is perfect. Especially if they're looking for people, here it is again. This really, you should have just tagged it on to the previous sentence rather than starting a new sentence here with especially, because it doesn't stand on its own. Okay, moreover, according to Australian Statistics Centre, the number of engineers available are not enough to supply the company's demand. Companies, you need an apostrophe in some regional locations. Okay, this is not a moreover, this is a for example. Okay, because that's what you're doing here with the Statistics Center. You're giving me an example. You're not giving me yet another reason. Okay, more coughing. It is recommended that companies that are moving to local areas should consider human resources as a key constraint. Constrain as a verb. You wanted it to be a noun, so you needed a T here. To conclude, better company opportunities. This should be probably just a Y. You don't need to make it plural, nor do you need an apostrophe. So better company opportunities, a positive impact on the local economy, and constraints of human resources, perhaps, maybe better, should be considered as benefits and a drawback of starting a new business in a local area. Okay, it's very nice. I really liked it. You've absolutely covered the task. So you're absolutely on your way. until you take your exam, do continue to get feedback, do continue writing and sending in your essays for correction. This kind of feedback that you get is the best way to help you improve and to learn from your mistakes and to see what you're doing right. So absolutely continue, and I am sure you will certainly get the score that you need.